what if it was like after sex she likes to take a dump on your chest?
Yeah, that'd be a problem. So you probably want.
Just the odd crackhead, huh?
Yeah, just the odd crackhead. No big deal. We've
I don't
been
know.
recording for 7 minutes.
You want to wrap her up? I thought you didn't
Wrap
wrap
her
it
up.
up. I thought you didn't
I
wrap it
don't
up.
usually. Only on special occasions.
Raw dog Josh.
That's right.
That's right. I didn't know anybody, and so we were going into like the junior high experience, and they were all coming with friends from elementary schools and stuff, and I'm just a complete outsider, so I never really made new close friends, and so it's okay.
I went to 13 elementary schools, so I get it.
Wow, that's
And
impressive.
2 high schools, so
Yeah.
15 schools in total. Recording in progress.
All right,
What's up?
know-it-alls. Hey, what's up? It is the answers for everything, and
Josh's return.
that's right. Josh's return from his exile, also known as moving all the way
I'm
across the
not
country.
homeless. I have a house.
That's right. He has a house. He has a place to stay, so he is not living in a van down by the river, at least not yet. And of course, Charlie Ray is here, and I will be kind of hosting this week's show as Mr. Clay is off gallivanting around the world, seeing old Blighty at the moment. But I'm sure we'll hear about his adventures on another episode. So, Josh, what do you want to start with tonight? Do you have anything interesting?
Well, I do. I did dig into the archive of listener questions and I pulled one out just at random.
All right, that sounds good.
Okay, so here we go. This was an anonymous, no name whatsoever, listener question. It says, "Hello, answers for everything hosts. I hope this letter finds you well. I have for you an amusing, hopefully in parentheses, hypothetical for you. If you had to participate in an MMA cage fight with anyone of your choosing, who would you fight and why? Could be anyone. Thanks, fellows." Interesting.
Well, that is an interesting question because there's so many angles you could take on this. Do you want to win? Do you want a good fight? Do you want to get wrapped up with some hot woman you've always wanted to maybe be with that's an MMA fighter? Who knows? I mean, if you want to kick somebody's ass, I don't know, Pee Wee Herman.
How about your boss?
Yeah, that's true.
Wouldn't that
Maybe
be
my
fun?
boss. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I got a couple of old bosses I wouldn't mind punching. But I mean, the guy was kind of an old guy, so I'd feel kind of bad, punched him. Who would I want to fight? Anybody. I had somebody in mind there for a second. I couldn't remember. I don't know, I'm not really much of a guy who's really into fighting. I don't really watch MMA. I don't really watch boxing except maybe some of the really big matches. I don't really want to get hit. I don't really want to be in a painful fight. And it feels kind of unsporting like to really beat somebody's ass who is an easy person to beat. It's a really tough question. It's like, if you really enjoy fighting and you want to fight somebody, then this is a great question. But for me, I'm a lover, not a fighter. You ask me who I want to massage, that's a whole different answer.
But that's not what this anonymous listener wants to hear about. He
Well,
wants to
then
know
I
whose
don't know. I
ass you
don't I
want to
don't
kick.
I don't know anybody who's like professional fighters, but if you wanna watch me and some other person that's not a professional fighter go at it, and then I'll submit just so I can have her just throw me down and sit on top of me, give me somebody like Linda Carter in the 70s in her prime.
Would you step into the cage with Mr. Clay?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose, I mean, if we were just sparring, maybe. I don't want to do like a real fight. It's just not me. So,
I think I would choose my boss.
yeah.
Because
You
this is
want
like a
you
fairy tale scenario, so I could just get in there and absolutely cripple him.
okay? Well, yeah, we can go with a fairy tale scenario. Sure, I wouldn't mind slapping my boss around a couple of times. But I don't know. Not really my thing. I got other things I'd rather do than get in the ring and fight. I've been to one live MMA fight that was here at a local bar type thing.
Oh yeah.
It was actually pretty cool. I saw a dude get like knocked out, like literally, like, dude walked out, they started squaring off, man, and he like swung a couple times the other guy. I was just like, what? Down he went. I
And you're
was like,
right there too,
oh
because it's
yeah,
so
I
small,
was
right?
pretty close too, yeah. So
Damn.
it was pretty cool. Here's the thing. I guess if I was somewhere where there were really good professional like MMA fights, I'd probably go to a couple of them at least. Whatever one that Joe Rogan's always one of the commentators at or something. If I
Yeah,
had
the
good,
UFC.
yeah, if I could go to that and I had good seats so I could be up close, yeah, I think maybe I would enjoy it. It's I go to concerts because that's my love, and I don't really do sporting events. I mean, like I said, if I was a person who just had money, 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 or just like access because I'm like more famous than Answers for Everything would give me, then yeah, I'd go to a lot of things. But yeah, I just don't have the free time. I just don't have the money, to do that kind of stuff. So
I'm in the same
that's
boat.
yeah. I mean,
That's why I watch it on TV.
yeah, kind of straying from the answers for our listener, but yeah, I mean, if I want to be in a fantasy scenario, there's a couple old bosses I wouldn't mind knocking out.
Yeah.
If I wanted to have some fun, and I could just be anybody from any time, like I said, give me Linda Carter, there's so many hot women from the past. You just give me a little slap and tickle fight, and I'll submit. Just come on, baby.
I think that 9 out of 10 people would choose their boss. I really think that would be a popular answer for that.
Probably, yeah.
Because you get condescended to enough times and you can't do anything about it. And of course they can talk to you any way they want to, right?
Yeah,
And
and you
yeah,
can't say
that's
squat.
everyone's fantasy.
Yeah,
No, you can't
I'd
do
say so.
shit, but imagine
Yeah.
if you could.
Oh,
Payback
yeah, it'd be
time,
good.
bitch. Step into the ring, step into the octagon,
Yeah, that's right.
moving right along.
Moving right
How about a news
along.
story?
Yeah, it sounds like a news story sounds good. There's always something happening in the world. Maybe not something we're going to discuss, but I'm sure you found something that's entertaining to tell us about.
Well, I'm
So,
going to call this story Regreta Thunberg,
ha, nice.
as she has been, well, I guess, do you know how she was like on her way to the Gaza Strip to like
Yes,
help out there or something?
I've been following that with her little flotilla.
Well, I guess she's been detained and she's getting deported right away, so that didn't work out the way she thought it would.
Well, from what I read, she wasn't even on land, so I'm not sure what she's getting deported from exactly. So
Well, it shows a
if she
picture
was
here
on a
of the
boat,
boat docking.
oh,
It's
okay.
docking in Israel there, so
Well, okay. I guess she did make landfall then. Well, at least for a few moments.
yeah, it looks like long story short, she's just been detained and they're all getting sent back to their respective countries.
Oh, darn.
So that's sort of lame.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Greta Thunberg. I uh I did enjoy that video of her where she was like at the airport or something and she had to like get out the way or whatever because Trump was coming through the airport and there's like this like close up image of her when he's like walking by and she's just looking so pissed off. It's hilarious.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I think that's pretty funny stuff when you see that. Oh, that's a good story. It's good to hear that good things like that happen to good people. So
What did she think was going to happen?
I don't know. Who knows? I don't know exactly what thinking there is that she has that's going on. So
She was going to solve all the world's problems.
yeah. Well, she thinks she is. Well, I got a kind of a sad news story. This was just announced here very recently, and that was that Sly Stone from Sly and the Family Stone passed away today. Old
Oh, that
funk
sucks.
and rock blues, whatever. Funk
How old was he?
pioneer. Oh, let's see here. Let's see how old old Sly he was. I think he was like around 82 or so, something like
Oh,
that. We'll see. He was 82 years old.
oh, good
I what a
guess.
guess. I don't know. Maybe I read that somewhere earlier and I just remembered. But yeah, he died. He died today, June 9th, at his home. And
Well, that's a nice long life.
yeah. Yeah, he hasn't performed for some time. I never did see him, and he'd stopped performing by the time I really would have been able to old enough to see him. He kind of shied back away from the front light, pretty maybe not young, but probably in his 50s. I mean, he kind of quit performing. So,
Young for today's standards. Look at how
yeah.
late all these guys are going.
Yeah. Let's see if I can figure out when the last at least somewhat guess when the last Sly and the Family Stone
Performance
yeah.
was when they were all together.
Yeah, I'm gonna check one of my favorite websites if people if they haven't heard of it. You know what? Apparently he is performing later than I thought. The last recorded performance on setlist.fm, which is a website that keeps track of concerts and set list. Last show it was recorded on that website was May 24th, 2014. So he would have been 11 years younger, so 71 years old at that point.
Not bad.
So
Not bad.
yeah, but looking at this for several years, they only played like 3 or 4 shows a year, just kind of like sporadically. It wasn't like any like major tour, of course. But anyway, rest in peace to a music legend. I dug some of his stuff. I'm not the hugest Sly and the Family Stone fan, but I mean, he's a classic artist. That's pretty cool.
I've always been a fan of them. I like one song that I really like. I think
Oh yeah,
everyone knows that song.
which one would
Can't
that
remember the
be?
name of it.
Uh, well, here's a story kind of out of Canada that you might not known about that happened here a few days ago. It happened in Hamilton, Ontario, at the Westdale Theater. They had a Meatballs. Remember the movie Meatballs?
Of
The
course.
old movie? They had a cast reunion screening, and so they showed the movie, and then several people from the cast were there, and they took audience questions and everything else. So that's pretty cool for that old of a movie.
Yeah, I'm surprised all those guys are kicking around still.
Well, let's see here. They had the actors who played Bradley, Eddie. Let's see, was Bradley the one that's like "fuck you" and the horse you rode in on guy?
Oh,
Wasn't
I
that from
can't
that movie
remember.
Meatballs? Christine DeBelle, who played AL, Jack Bloom, who played Spaz. Wasn't Spaz the guy that was like the guy that was sitting there by the like the there's like that scene where he's sitting there by I don't know if it was Meatballs or Meatballs 2. He was sitting there like with that funny helmet on and he was sitting there by the gate coming in and he like he did this and the guy's like, well, I know what this means and what does this mean? He goes, fuck you and the horse you rode in on. The writer of the movie was there, and the actress who played Brenda was there. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that they did something like that. I mean, it's like a 42 or 3 year old movie. I mean,
Yeah,
it was
that's where they all go to camp, right?
yeah,
Summer
yeah,
camp? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. It was oh my wow, it's older than I even thought it was. It was 1979.
Jesus.
It was Bill Murray's first film appearance as a starring role, launching the career of director Ivan Reitman. Um,
46 years old for
yeah,
that
he
movie.
was the director who went on to also work further with Murray in the future, including Stripes and Ghostbusters. So that this was
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
his first directing movie. So Bill Murray wasn't there, but some of the other actors were. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to go rent that or get it from the library or something and watch it again. I haven't watched it in many, 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 many years. An interesting note was that Harold Ramis, who was also in Stripes and Ghostbusters, said that
Yeah.
Reitman did not know for certain whether Murray would be in the film because he hadn't said for sure he would be there. He showed up on the third day of filming. So,
That's so Bill Murray.
yeah, that is pretty funny. Eddie Deason. Anyway, I'm not the biggest, knowledgeable person about the movie, but it's a good
Me
movie.
neither.
Yeah.
And it's weird that why did they have it there? Is that where they filmed it?
Let's see. Let's see if it says where it was filmed at. It was located at a summer camp in Ontario, so I'm guessing they must have filmed it there in a summer camp in Ontario.
Yeah,
Oh,
that must be where they filmed it.
yeah.
Makes sense why they would have it there then.
Yeah, yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, they had a rivalry with the Camp Mohawk. They were Camp North Star, and they were competing with Camp Mohawk, who is like the wealthy people across the lake.
Huh.
So
I wonder why they named him Camp Mohawk.
I don't know.
Those are my people.
Yeah, interesting, interesting. I'll have to watch that movie again.
What else been
So,
going on? You been watching anything new worth mentioning?
I haven't had time. I've been so tied up with, my ongoing saga of personal life drama. My mom now has a wound on her other foot that's really bad that I'm dealing with, on top of all the other joy. That's not doing much. I did go out to a concert Saturday night. That was fun. I went and saw Faster Pussycat and a couple of opening bands play.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But otherwise, I've just been being here at home and working. And I thought,
Taking care of the home front.
yeah, no, I know you've been moving, but I thought we'd save any discussion of that for when Mr. Clay gets back, because I'm sure he'll want to talk about his adventures, and we can hear about your adventures in moving, and I'm sure he'll want to be doing that live.
Part of that. Yeah, we can do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, that's my couple of news stories. Let's see here. Wonder how long, it doesn't really say how long we've got left.
Oh, it doesn't have a little timer?
Well, it should. But I'm not seeing it. I think I think you don't see the timer until it pops up and says 10 minutes left. But I
Oh yeah.
can't believe we haven't been going for at least 20 minutes. Anything else you might want to discuss? What have you seen lately? Anything
Well, movie wise, not much. TV wise, not much, but I've been out disc golfing lots. Like on the weekend, I went, and there's this little park in Abbotsford called Hoon Park, Hoon, and it's
okay.
just a normal park. But what I did is I went in there and I designed my own disc golf course. So I have a
Nice.
portable basket that I bring with me, and you just have to set up hole one, play it, then you place the basket for hole two, and so on and so on. But I managed to squeeze in 15 really nice disc golf holes in that park. And luckily, there's never anyone in there other than the odd crackhead.
Hmm.
So yeah, that was
Just
fun.
just the odd crackhead, huh?
Yeah, just the odd crackhead. No big deal. You just warn them ahead of time. Hey, there's gonna be some flying discs coming your way, buddy.
Just tell them that the last one of the day will have some crack on it. Have him retrieve all your lost frisbees. That would be
I only
funny.
lost one, but then I found it at the end. My favorite disc. I thought I was gonna have to walk away from it.
Oh no. Did you keep it? Was it hard to find? Were you looking for a while
Oh, it
or?
was impossible. We looked for like 45 minutes and
Oh
it was just like
wow. Yeah, you really were
disc
invested in
winked out
that
of
disc.
existence. Oh yeah, it was, man.
And
I
and
had to
and,
find it.
and where did you find it at finally?
Sort of where I thought it was, but it was just like there was like where all this weed eating had been done. So there was like layer upon layer of like this. Anyways, it was like slid right under that stuff and it was invisible under there.
So it was like just like
Yeah.
layers of loose grass and it kind of got hidden in it kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it slid right under that shit and blended in, and I must have walked over it at least a dozen times.
Wow.
But I got there in the end, so that's what matters.
Wow, that's crazy. I do have a would you rather
All
possible
right,
question.
let's
You want
go.
to? Okay. Would you rather have a one night stand with a complete stranger who you've never met before, who's insanely hot, but has a weird fetish? I mean, like a really
Ooh.
weird kind of fetish. Or hook up with someone you had a crush on in high school who's gained a lot of weight and is now just average looking, but guaranteed to be drama free.
Oh, I'm going with the fetish girl.
Yeah. Okay.
I sort of wanted to know what that strange fetish is, though.
I don't know. I don't know what the weird fetish would be. What if it was like after sex, she likes to take a dump on your chest?
Yeah, that'd be a problem. So you probably want to know what it is first.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. What if it wasn't that? What if she would have put a finger in your butt while she's giving you a blowjob? It's like, well, that's happened
That's no big
before.
deal.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. What's a weird fetish well, obviously we know taking a hot steamer on the chest afterwards, not one you're gonna be okay with. Uh,
She has to like make you call her brother or something during
what
sex.
what if you have to call her mommy the whole time?
Yeah, that
You
wouldn't be
like
a problem
you
either.
like that, mommy? Oh, mommy.
I could figure that out.
Yeah, you can make that one work. Oh, you're a hot mama.
What
Oh,
about you? What would you choose?
I'd probably also choose the hot one with the weird fetish if the weird fetish was not,
Acceptable.
yeah, acceptable. I mean, I'm not taking a pooper to the face or something weird. Any kind of really scat play is not really my thing, you know.
Yeah,
Uh,
me neither. That's
yeah,
gross. I don't
yeah,
like
that's
bad
that.
smells with my sex.
No, 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 that's gross. Yeah. I'm trying to think who like crushing. Depends on how much weight's a lot of weight. I had this girl I really had the hots for in high school that I'd love to have been with. She's still like actually her actual stuff in real life right now. She's still pretty hot for being, in her early 50s. But she's married with several kids and stuff, but yeah, she's still pretty
Yeah,
hot.
it's
You got
nice when they take care of themselves into
it
their 50s.
it is nice, It's nice to see them and still recognize, like you can still recognize them from when you were a kid. See, I think it's funny is that now with like how I look in my body, now everybody else is caught up to me because I've always been kind of like this since like I was 15. But now everybody else that was
Yeah.
all skinny and shit back then are all like, and I'm like, well, welcome to whatever land. Although they get to have a lot of memories from when they're 20s and 30s, I didn't because they were skinny. But oh well.
Do you ever run into someone like or see someone at the grocery store that you like went to high school with and you're like, "Oh my God, they let themselves go," or
No,
whatever?
no. I went to my 30th. Let's see here. Let's see. I didn't go to my 10 year. I went to my 20-year high school reunion and I went to another one. Was it my 30? Yeah, because the 40th hasn't happened. So I think I went to my 20th. Maybe it's 25th. I don't know, but I got to see a lot of people, and there were several people that put on a lot of weight, and some that hadn't. It's kind of
Yeah.
amazing. Out of like 400 plus students, there was like 60 to 80 people that showed up. Maybe not even that many, you know. But I'm not surprised. I really don't know if I'll go to any more or not. I really don't. I'm not friends with anybody still from high school. I don't really associate with anybody, so it's kind of like, what's the
Yeah,
point?
I've
I
I've
don't
never been
care.
to any of them. I've never been to a single one of my reunions. I'm like, why would I
Yeah,
go to that?
there's a couple people that I know from high school that I'm still friends with, and like this one guy, we'd been friends pretty good back in high school, and then we lost touch for a long time, and then I ended up working at a part-time job with him, so we're kind of more friends again. But I still don't talk to him that much. We're like Facebook friends, and we'll chat once in a while. And
Yeah.
he works part-time at a bar on top of his regular job, and every once in a while I'll stop in there and have a couple of beers and just talk to him for a bit, and catch up.
Oh,
But
nice.
yeah, but mostly no, I don't really care about anybody from high school. So
Yeah, I'm
nothing.
in the
Yeah,
same boat.
yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird for me. I grew up in one part of the city until sixth grade, and so all the people I grew up with and was really close with, in the early '80s, you didn't have the internet and all this other stuff, and as a kid, you're not driving 15, 20 miles away, so all the people I grew up with and I was close with, they just disappeared out of my life. And then I moved over to where I live at in the area now, and I didn't know anybody. And so we were going into like the junior high experience, and they were all coming with friends from elementary schools and stuff. And I'm just a complete outsider. So I never really made new close friends. And so it's okay.
I went to 13 elementary schools, so I get it.
Wow. That's
And two
impressive.
high schools, so
Yeah.
15 schools in total.
It's pretty
Yeah, we
impressive.
bounced around a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, I can't believe this thing is still recording.
We've
I don't
been
know.
recording for 7 minutes.
I don't know. Like, you want to do two episodes or just do this one?
We might as well just do this one.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
It's a
thought.
good test drive, and if you want to do another one later in the week or something, I probably could.
Yeah, I might be able to. We'll see. I got a lot kind of going on, but if this works, I'm a little jealous of Mr. Clay though, tooling around the old UK.
I'm
The
a
food was
lot
looking good.
jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the McDonald's looked really good.
Yeah, he sent me some pictures from the military museum that we were talking about over there. I'm like, ah, this is
Yeah,
cool. So,
fuck yeah.
well, actually, I think he posted it to the group, didn't he? The military photos, did he post them?
I don't know if he
Maybe
posted
not.
those.
Maybe he just posted those just directly to me. So,
Yeah, I think so.
but yeah, yeah, I'm a little jealous. Like I said, with my life circumstances, I don't know when I will really be able to travel again, at least for not more than 2 or 3 days. Nothing like a long trip. Uh,
Yeah.
I still think it would be fun if we all went to the AVN convention in January in Vegas. Not the
Oh, that
actual
would be fun.
awards, but just the convention and
Yeah.
just just walking around the we had to make sure we have the equipment stuff to do some like on-site interviews too. But like just walking
Yeah.
around and there we go. There's the meeting will end in 10 minutes.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. So, um but yeah, just walking around, maybe interviewing some of the girls, like looking at interesting products, like maybe picking them up and giving our off the cuff thoughts on them, and we could cut snippets of that into and make an episode out of it at least, or
Easily.
trip around the AVN, maybe day one, day two, whatever. It could be fun. I mean, in that way, I wouldn't be out of town for too long because trying to find coverage to take care of my home situation adds up pretty quickly. So
Yeah.
I was
What do you
I
have to
was
do? Like hire a nurse or something for when you're
Yeah,
gone?
basically, I'd have to hire somebody who could come in, probably, somebody come in the morning, somebody come in at night, and then maybe my aunt could help out in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a place that they called respite care, but
Oh yeah.
basically that she could just stay for a few days. Well, none of the places you could just stay for a few days. Um, and usually it's a 2 week minimum, but most places are a month. So like she had to check in for like a month. I'm like, oh, I don't need a month. And
No.
a month for a lot of these places is 10 to 14 thousand dollars. I'm like,
My God.
I will just stay home and travel after whenever
Yeah.
because that kind of money is fucking ridiculous.
That's
The
ridiculous.
You can find some at-home care that's like basically around 30 to 35 bucks an hour. So anytime like and it's like usually like a 2 to 3 hour minimum, sometimes 4 hour minimum. So like if you had somebody come in the morning, somebody come at night, you're looking at about 200 bucks a day.
Fuck.
It's still
That's way,
ridiculous. It's
but
still
way cheaper than the
but
alternative.
but way cheaper than the alternative, yeah. And so I don't know. So for me to plan travel, it's going to have to be really short. I'm pretty much just keeping my night trips like either something that's here in town or maybe if I can swing it, maybe someplace within a 3 or 4 hour drive range where I actually would drive there, see whatever I want to see, and then drive
And then
home
drive right
the
back.
same
Yeah.
night. And that's pretty hard on me at my age, by myself. I mean,
Yeah.
if I had a co-pilot that was younger that could drive and I could just snooze on the way back, okay. If we could get to that self-driving car and I'm not worried it's going to drive me to a FEMA camp where they're going to shoot me, I'd be okay with that. I'm not so okay with that right now. Did you see all those cars on fire in LA?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wild.
all those self-driving Google cars, like they're like WeGo or Waymigo or some
Yeah.
stupid ass name. Yeah, they're like like they're driverless taxis. You
Yeah.
know, we're not gonna get too political on this show, like as Mr. Clay says, but be it what it may, no matter how you view it, you can either have you know the concept of high trust society and low trust society. Do you know those terms? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I've
Right.
heard
Yeah.
something about that.
Yeah. So if you're gonna have technology that's extremely expensive that relies on people being good people, then you have to have a high trust society. Because if you have a low trust society, all that's going to happen is that shit is going to get destroyed. It's all that's going to happen. I watched footage. They were testing out a market down in Austin of having self-driving like delivery vehicles from like restaurants, like they would like autonomously like little robot things that would like drive food to locations. How long do you think that
Yeah,
lasted?
yeah, everyone kicked them over and robbed
And
them,
robbed them.
right?
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah, of
So yeah,
course.
this whole concept of having these cool
That's
things
because
like
we're in
that.
a low trust society right
Ex
now.
exactly, exactly.
Sorry.
So you got the tech people who are trying to introduce these things to a market that has to be a high trust society, and then they're like, well, I don't know why people are doing this. Well, there's
In
reasons.
China, it works perfectly
Well, yeah,
because it's a
because
high trust society.
yeah, there's cameras everywhere, and like they have like facial recognition software, and you knock over something over there, even if they don't come and get you right away, your social credit score is going to go to like, and then you can't buy
Yeah,
plane tickets, you can't buy bus tickets, you can't buy train tickets. Hell, they'll lock you out of a grocery store over there, dude. I don't want to
yeah.
live.
You don't want to fuck
I
around
don't.
over there.
No, I don't want to live in a society like that. However, I also don't want to live in a society like the way we're going. But now I'm starting to lean too
No.
political. So we'll
Uh-oh.
we'll just say that I'm sorry to see all these robot cars getting lit on fire. They're like 200 or plus thousand more a piece. And like they're
The
just
the
burning like
drone
a.
doesn't seem so bad though, because the drone can just come up out of the air, zzz, bring the delivery down, and then get the fuck out of there, right?
Yeah, we'll see. I have an issue with the whole technology of like, oh, we're gonna have our own flying, private flying. Like everybody's gonna have like flying, like flying cars or little flying things. What I'm like, I'm already worried about life driving my car where there's like streets where they're supposed to stay confined to. I don't need jackasses that don't know how to fly properly who might all of a sudden drop out of the sky on top of me or my house or whatever. I mean, Lord knows
Yeah.
I mean, you see how some jackasses drive on the road. Think about these same jackasses being up in the air, you
Yeah, we
know?
don't need flying pedestrian cars or whatever, right?
No, no,
No.
we're barely qualifying people to drive on the road, let alone in the sky, man. You know,
Yep.
I,
We
I,
got to
uh,
move away from that stuff.
yeah, yeah,
All public transit really would be the best.
yeah, yeah. Like if they had like like a flying bus route. Yeah, like the this thing flies and has certain stops, and it doesn't have to
Yeah.
be in a line. It can be all over the place, kind of. But I don't know. I'm not in charge of planning and technology and how to waste millions of dollars like the government officials do.
It'll be
So
like the fifth element in no time with all those flying fucking highways.
that's right. Well, we are closing in on the end of answers for everything, folks. So what do you
That's
think?
right.
You
We're
want you,
wrapping her up.
you want to wrap her up? I thought you didn't
Wrap
wrap
her
it
up.
up. I thought you didn't
I
wrap it
don't
up.
usually. Only on special occasions.
Raw dog Josh.
That's right.
That's right. So if you ladies are up there in Canada and you're looking for the raw dog experience, Josh there's the man to see.
This guy.
uh, all right. Well, I think that wraps up this episode of Answers for Everything. I've had fun with Josh and me and him just flying solo. It's been a new experience for me. So
That's right.
yeah, it was a good
Right
time.
on. Well, good. Have a good one, listeners.
That's right. And we'll see you on the next episode where it should be me and Josh and Mr. Clay back in the saddle. So
We can't wait.
that's right. Peace out.
Peace out.
Yeah. Speaking of expenses and things, what's the news story on the hot tub front?
They were literally here like Thursday last week after being here Wednesday and Tuesday last week,
Uh-huh.
and it didn't work again and again. They were there today. They texted me and they said everything is good to go. Like, did I talk to you about like I turned it on and all of a sudden it just drained?
You-
Because it happened twice.
well, the last time we did the recording, you told me like some of what had happened. It was doing the same thing it had happened
Yeah.
before.
And so after they said they fixed it, they fixed it, they fixed it, I got home from work at 11 o'clock at night and I go out there and it has the three dashes across the thing. And I'm like, what the fuck? So, and I tested the water, put my hand in, and it's like, okay. And then I checked the little gauge. So the jets aren't working, but the button that does the thermometer, the temperature, tells me it's 101 degrees. I'm like, okay, so that's 2 degrees less than I like. Whatever, that's fine, but none of the jets work. So I know there's something wrong. So I Googled it. It says, turn off the breaker for 15 minutes and then turn it back on. So, I mean, which I've done this before and it doesn't fix shit, right?
Mm.
So I turn the breaker off. And then Jay comes over and we're watching TV. And then my alarm goes off. So then I turn the breaker back on and I go upstairs and I open the hot tub and all the display is perfect. I was like, okay, fuck, it did work. And then I go to hit the jets button and all I hear is, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I go to do the temperature and it says 85 degrees. I'm like, how the fuck did it go down like 16 degrees in 15 minutes? And why do the
Right.
jets sound like that? And it's dark out. Like it's fucking 12 o'clock at night at this point. And then I
Right.
look down and I put my hand in the water. There's no water. It's drained out. I put my hand all the way down to the very bottom. I was like, that's why the jets are making that noise. There's no water going through them. It's just air pumping through them. And that's why it says 85 degrees because the lid was on and so it just fucking drains. So I jump over the hot tub. I go outside. I hit the outdoor breaker because if you leave it running without water in it, the heating elements go.
Right.
So then I run beside my deck and I see water just pouring out the bottom. I'm like, what the fuck
Holy
is
fuck.
happening? So this is the second
Yeah.
time in 2 weeks that the water just pours out. So I go upstairs and I text the guy and I just leave everything turned off. And he texts me the next morning. He's like, okay, I don't know what's happening. Your hot tub is haunted. Uh, he goes, just leave it turned
Jesus
off and
Christ, man.
we'll work on it tomorrow. And then he didn't show up and he texted me. He goes, okay, we're gonna come in on Monday. So like today. And then he said everything works fine. He goes, one of the nuts blew on the bottom and one of the hoses popped off, and that's why it drained. I'm like, because I gave him a whole sequencing of events. I said at 11:42 I
Uh-huh.
did this, and this is what it said. At 11:45 I did this, and this is what it said. A whole thing. And he's like, yeah, you did everything right. I don't know why it would have drained, but he said when I turned the jets on, it popped like the water pressure going through the pipes. The nut wasn't tight. It popped it off, and everything started draining like crazy out of the bottom.
Jesus.
But the thing is,
Man.
it's supposed to do a circulation thing. It turns on every hour and just goes and it does a circulation pump. I haven't heard it turn on since I got home at 6.
Oh shit.
So I know when I go up there, there's going to be three dashes across the front because I should hear it.
Well,
Like in the last 3 hours, I should have heard it humming
right.
because the circulation pump should have come on, and I haven't heard it. And I'm in the room
I'm
like
sorry, dude.
next to the deck. Like I would be able to hear it from here because I've heard it from here before.
Right.
So I don't know.
Right. Nah, I'm sorry, man. I keep hoping I want to hear a good story, and it's like it's fixed, and Clay's got the hot tub back because
Yeah.
I'm jealous. Like I want a hot tub. Fuck, man.
But at this point,
I,
I think I want to get rid of it and just put the 20 planks back in the deck because my it's sunken into my deck, right? It's not on
yeah,
ground, it's like
yeah.
in my deck. So I
Uh-huh.
would have to fucking take a sledgehammer to the hot tub and rip it apart because you can't lift it up. Like you can't,
Right,
it's in the
right.
deck.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would have to break it down and then I'd have to get somebody to pick up some Trex decking and I'd have to fill in all the gaps.
Well,
But I'm at the
I
point
don't
right
know.
now where I don't,
You're just like over it. You're like, fuck it.
yeah, I don't, I mean, I love it. I
Yeah,
love
I know.